to another video by Shadow Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing my first Kopaka Bioformer mock, and here he is in his tank mode. So right off the bat, he's not like your ordinary tank with big treads and the huge turret. I mean, it has the huge turret sort of, but he's more of a longer, flatter kind of tank, which I think looks pretty good. It's fine with me. I think it looks pretty cool, especially from this front view. I just think that looks really cool. So yeah, you can see all his views. Here's him from the front. Here's him from the side. Has some nice armor flowing. You have your plated armor flowing back, this flowing down, up and then down, and then you have this armor back here. And you do see the exposed blue, light blue bone pieces, but that doesn't bother me because that looks cool. He's just back with his head. There you can see all that. And yeah, pretty good looking tank. Not too bad, not terrible. I mean, I guess it's up to you whether you like it or not. I do have his golden mask up here in front because I thought that looked cool to have his golden mask leading the charge. That sort of thing. So he actually kind of has a way to store his golden mask in robot mode and in vehicle mode. So now on to one of the more fatal aspects of the vehicle mode. His turret has a very limited range of motion. It cannot go back at all, cannot turn at all, and can only go down, which really isn't that helpful unless you're shooting off of a cliff down to the valley. But other than that, it's so limited that you can't really do anything with it. But that doesn't really bother me because, I mean, he's got all his armor and he's a huge cannon. And so if you want to shoot something, I guess you just have to spin around real quick and just be like, boom. So this is cannon. It has nice ice effects up here. Got this blade here, which you can see as part of the gun, or just a decorative blade. Or just I mean, just use your imagination for what all of this stuff is. He does have his large shield half up here, / sword thing. It kind of makes the gun pretty big, but also makes it really cool looking. He's like this awesome ice fin. Without it, now remember why I put this on here, because this has some weight issues since all the weight is up here in the front, so it just does that. So I went ahead and put this sword up here so that it wouldn't do that. And see, now it's perfectly balanced. If you want it down here, it actually falls backwards. So I guess that's kind of just reversing the problem. But whatever. It's nice. You have your ice blue hands right here, which you can see as a cockpit if you want. And yeah, he's pretty cool looking. Pretty low to the ground. Hovers along. Just shooting at the enemy. And yeah. These feet are, kind of hit or miss. I'm not sure which one they would be. They're just supposed to kind of come in at this angle and form a booster or something. I just put one inside the other just at random because I want, like I said, I wanted that angle. It doesn't look the best and it's kind of off, as you can see, but a thing's the thing. And there's his head back there. You can see his mask, which you can see as being more boosters from all those circles. He looks pretty nice overall, and I like him because I think he looks cool and because he's my creation. So if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have built it. So yeah, so to transform him, it's I don't know about, well, I guess it's actually pretty simple. So first what you're going to do is just pull this out. Come on. There you go. And it just connects here, right here at this swivel point. And yeah, so then you want to split this so that you have your sword and his gun. And then just set these off to the side. Next, what you're going to want to do is split these hands and then take off this piece and the axle that connects the hands and this. Then you're going to put them together like this, just for storage in robot mode, because otherwise that white piece will just keep falling off and they have to find some place to put it. So now you're going to want to straighten out the hands like so, straighten out the arms, and then just hold like that. Now what you're going to do is take these pieces right here and pull them up just get him out of the way. Then you're going to flip him over and pull out his legs. Straighten out the feet, like so. Then you're going to want to fold these. Actually, just take these, fold them up, and spin them around to form his shoulder plates, like so. And just put his mask back on. Just turn this around and fold it down so that you have it like this. Then you're going to bend this so that it's straight with these. That just forms a straight line. And then you're going to move these legs, kind of try to maneuver them out to the side like this. Then you're going to fold this back. Now what you're going to do is you're going to spin these around like this, and then kind of place them on his back like that. Just like this. And there you have it. Next you're going to put his legs down, get him straightened out properly, like so. Then just set him down and get ready. Let's spin him around and angle the camera up, just like so. Let's straighten out his arms, bend him up so he's standing straight. Pull, just fold his head up, and then push this back assembly till it's all the way on his back. I actually didn't put any connectors back there, and I could have, so I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. So just straighten out his arms, put these shoulder pads over his shoulders, just adjust them to your liking, and yeah, kind of fold this golden mask back as far as you can, and don't pop it off the hand. So straighten everything out, just like so. And there, without his weapons, is Kopaka. As you can see, he's a pretty good looking, I guess. Yeah, he definitely has some elements that I do very much like about him. One of the main elements being these shoulder pads. You know, originally he had these large things as his shoulder pads. I guess you could switch these around, but it would change a few things in the vehicle mode. I tried it once and it definitely is possible. It doesn't change that much, it's just the front. But I like these up there as the shoulder pads, and I like them better at the front of the vehicle. Anyway, I just like how they're like plated and silver, and they just come up like spikes. They're not that tall, so they're not like huge, super huge spikes, but you know, they're just cool. So that's cool about him. He, like I said in the build, he just has this black chest plate, which kind of stands out because he has like almost no other black on him. But you know, it looks pretty cool because black looks awesome with everything. It's just one of those colors that does. And you know, yeah, here he is. He has his gold armor on the back of his legs, you know, on the sides of his arms, on his back, on his chest piece, and has his armor down here with the knee pads being right here on the lower legs, and this bright blue armor. And with the bright blue armor on, it does make his upper legs look kind of bony and thin, but it doesn't bother me all that much. And if it bothers you, you could always swap this out for something else. I mean, I don't think they make the normal blue translucent armor in any bigger sizes, but you could switch it out for like a 4-long light blue armor piece, which would look just fine. But yeah, you know, he's pretty respectable. Has his Kopaka mask up here, the mask of ice. That is, he still has his you know, ice arms where if he touches anything, he freezes it. And yeah, you know, he's pretty cool. So for articulation, head has pretty much the full range, not down very much, but you can get him side to side and up a lot, just like that. And for his arms, these shoulder pads are on like 2 ball joints because they're on like their own little joint. So you can move him out of the way if you need to. But his arms can go up pretty far, like up here. they can go back, they can go forward, they can rotate, they can bend at the elbow about 90 degrees, and you have all the hand articulation you'll ever need. So putting your shoulder pad back. His legs are a little bit more limited because this is here in the back, so that kind of gets in the way. But his legs can go back about this far, like I said, limited by this. They can go forward, they can go out, they have that rotate, they can go in a little bit. They bend at the knee about 90 degrees, foot goes up, back, side to side, and rotates. So you pretty much have all the articulation you need, just limited a bit going backwards with the legs. But hopefully that won't affect too many of your poses if you were to pose this guy on a shelf. Now for his weapons, he does have this blade, which is basically a Tahu sword in white and trans light blue. So it's like an ice version of Tahu sword, but he doesn't wield it overhand like you normally would. So the way I usually put him is he wields it underhand, just so it's not just like Tahu. Let me straighten him out so he's not hunched over. So he wields it like that, and I just take this piece right here, I put it on top to form like a handle, and mostly just to store it because I don't really have any other place to put it on this guy. So it stores right there, and it forms just like more of a handle for the sword. Now for his other side, he has his main tank gun, which unfortunately he can't wield it this way, like that, because this is here and it gets in the way of his forearm. If you put like this on here and added a red axle, then he could. That would work just fine, but it'd be kind of far from his arm. There's no connection points this way, so you can't do it like that. So the way he wields it is you spin it around so that this is in front of his hand, and you put it on like this, which the way it goes on kind of resembles the Protector of Ice's underslung ice cannon. So that's pretty cool. And overall, it's just like a gun, but this is the gun or the main barrel in tank mode, and in robot mode, this is the part that shoots out like an ice beam that's like kind of a laser-like ice beam in its precision. You can also use it as a blade because it has the Borax Spear and this ice effect. And you can still put the sword on there if you want to make it longer, but I think that'd be kind of weird. I mean, I can show you now. I don't think it would look very good. Well, I guess that's okay. It's just kind of long, and it seems to be pretty heavy because he's having a little trouble holding it up. But yeah, they're his weapons. They're pretty cool, pretty nice. Pretty ice, if I do say so myself. That's not funny, but why not? So yeah, there's your look at Kopaka. And before I forget once again, I'm going to put him next to another of my Bionicle mocks. So let's set him over here, and then let's bring in this dude. I forget his name. I think it was something like Flame Whirl or Spin Flame, something like that. And as you can see, they look pretty nice together. This one looking a lot more like Kopaka, this one looking a lot like Tahu, but they look pretty good together, both looking like Bionicle. So there's that comparison out of the way, and with that said, we are officially done with this review. So here is your Kopaka Transformer all ready to go. So I probably should mention this in my last video of Flame or Spin Flame or whatever he's called. He did get hit by the Energon, like I said in the Tahoe review. They all got hit by Energon, a couple villagers, the Toa. So this is Kopaka after he got first hit by the Energon. He turned into a tank. And I should explain my reasons for him being a tank. In the old days, all the Toa looked pretty much the same except for their weapons. And Pohatu, of course. But, now they look like a lot different in terms of their armor layouts and how much bulk they have. And you may be thinking, well, why isn't Onua a tank instead of Kopaka? Well, mostly because Kopaka, now in his revamp, has more bulky armor and he's just a lot bigger and just a lot more armored overall. So I thought a tank would work better for this guy. You know, because he has, I mean, if you've seen the new Kopaka, you know he has the large shoulder pads, he has the thicker armor on his legs. And all that just makes him look a lot more like he would be like a tank. I mean, I've seen him done as like a snow vehicle, which is fine, you know, because he's an ice Toa. But as a tank, I think it just works really well for this dude since he has all the new added armor. And for Nua, I mean, you could do him as a tank with Kopaka, but that one will be to be revealed. So there's that. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe for more mock content, and I will see you guys later.